I'm gonna give you an update on the firewood situation. I've emptied the first quarter of my firewood supply. Actually, that's the last one. And it's January 20 something. 1, 2, I don't remember. So yeah, it's this winter is going as planned. I've been using firewood for 4 months now with the help of the heat pump, mini split, or whatever you call that. That's an air-to-air heater, so it moves heat from the outside air and puts it inside the house. And we had that for as long as we lived here. That's the third pump we have so far, and those cost about 20,000 Swedish crowns, somewhere around there. And that keeps the house warm, and then for the extra heat we use firewood. And actually, if we are home, we only use firewood. We have 2 electrical bills. One is for the grid, and one is for the consumption. And we've around 1,500 Swedish crowns average on a total. So around, I don't know, 700-800, somewhere around there each month. That's yeah, that's actually quite low, but that depends on us being home and able to use the firewood to heat our house. So if we are home, we have fires going in 3 stoves. The house is the older part, the one that shows up the highest point there, and the old chimney, and then we have the new chimney with a new stove. That's an excellent stove, really sufficient and efficient. And the old chimney, you can see the grey one over there. This is for the kitchen ventilation, but that one, the grey one on the farthest away, that's actually from, I don't know, at least the 1900s, even possibly 1800s, late 1800s. That's the old part of the house. And we can have 4 stoves in that part of the house, and now we only have 2. One cooking stove in the old kitchen, and one bigger one, stone one. I don't know what you call them, but that's also really efficient. The problem with the old part of the house is insulation. It's on a log cabin, log frame, and then you have 5 centimeters of insulation on the inside. That I saw that when they were changing the windows now. That's 1 year ago. So I want to insulate the old part at least 5 more on the outside, and put some something to stop the wind from blowing through the logs and the boards on the outside. So that's a future project, but as of now, if we are home, we are heating the whole house with firewood. And 4 months, and we're going through a quarter of my supply. I have almost as much on this side. So this is I've calculated this is 28 cubic meters. I don't know if you can see that. 28 cubic meters on this side and probably as much on that side. So I'm happy with that. I'm not going to burn through this like we did last year when the prices were sky high. We had 7 crowns to a kilowatt hour. Now we are down to the highest been 2, I think. So yeah, this is much better. And if I have to, I have uncut firewood that's dry under there, and I have some that's spruce, and I have birch, and then some miscellaneous stumps and things. And so I'm not worried. Last year I was actually a bit worried because we burnt through this like there was no tomorrow. I had maybe less than a quarter left of this. That was all I had. I had 2 piles here maybe. That was all I had left. And usually I can burn through one of these compartments in a year, and then I have one for the next year. So I know that I have dry firewood for the next year in this. And if I burn through more than one compartment, I know I have. So I was lucky last year that I had more firewood than I need for 1 year. So this year, I think I said it before in some of the other videos, that I tried to keep 3 years supply in-house under roof for this winter, and I don't think I'm quite there, but almost. But if we burn through the firewood at this rate, it's not a problem. And I'm going to start cutting new firewood as soon as the temperature ease up a bit. We had minus, it's been crazy, two periods of minus minus 30. That's crazy. We had the minus, the guy who was driving the cross country ski tracks, he had almost 35 on his thermometer in the cab. I had 32.5, and we had the coldest temperature from here over to the mountain was 32, I think. I filmed it when blinked on 31, but I actually had 32 a bit farther down the road. The coldest temperature we had here is 31, I think. And it's been 2 peaks with that cold weather, and now today it's +3, I think, and sunshine, and yeah, and it's that kind of weather. It's no problem. It's almost like we go into hibernation in at least in January, February, because it's so freaking cold. Cold, windy and snowy. So I've been checking on the Messi Ferguson from time to time, just so it wouldn't freeze the cooling. I didn't check it, how much it could take. We had 30 below, but I've been squeezing a hose and for the cooling, and yeah, no problem. That means that it hasn't frozen, and I can't see, it's below, but it's there. Actually, I wonder if we should top that off a bit. Oh, otherwise it's looking good. I haven't done anything to the SLO Motor because it's too cold. I haven't got a heated shop yet. But if I'm going to do this YouTubing thing, if that becomes some kind of reality, then I'm going to start. Yeah, this is I think I've gone through this before. It's a mess. I put on this wind stopper or whatever, and then I'm going to insulate and so on and so forth. I don't know if I'm going to show that on camera. Maybe. That's not going to be a how-to. I'm not a carpenter. I just make do with what I got. Hence the hillbilly style. So let's see. And this is glycol. Coolant. Yeah, it's right there. It's no problem. No problem. Can you see it? Don't know. It's there anyhow. So as long as the coolant doesn't freeze up and it's 30 below, then this shouldn't be a problem. We've probably made it through the coldest weather this year. It doesn't look like no major leaks of any sort, so it's probably fine. Probably fine. It's nice. It's nice with the sun. It's cold enough anyhow. You can see my. So what have I been doing in here? I've been changing some leads on the welder. This is an old welder I bought from a farmer that had passed away, and I got it to a good price and some other miscellaneous tools and stuff, a big grinder, and I had problems with the ground lead being a bit thin and worn, and yeah, you can see this is the leads. It's been taped up, and yeah, it's a bit thin. So I took it from my old stick welder. This is going to be scrapped. It's way beyond repair or use or anything. But I took the leads and the ground leads, and this is really big and long stuff, so I don't have to get the welder up close to what I'm welding. And then I saw that the connections were quite bad. I had some it looked like it's been overheating, so I changed that to the ASAB old style, and then hillbilly stabbed them in there as always. And I'm going to put this is what I have left. I had to crimp this kind of connection on there. So this one is that one that I took apart and going to change. And this is also a ground lead. So that's when the cold came. And now it's just sitting here. I haven't made any attempts to do anything. I need to clean up this mess, but the motor is looking, yeah, this is nice. Really nice. But enough of that. Probably not going to do anything in the shop for at least the nearest month. It all depends on the weather. And then what I'm going to do is cut more firewood for the spring season. I'm going to start as soon as the weather isn't that cold and snowy. We are probably going to get more snow in February. So, but if it's days like this, I'm going to start a bit early by cutting more firewood, so I can process that in the spring when it's the weather for drying firewood is much more suitable. Yeah, so that's an short update for what's happening. I'm going to keep doing the videos about the cat driving. I have some more coming up. Yeah, and then we'll see what happens, if I'm going to continue with this or what. We'll see. We'll see. Oh God, I like the sun. It's actually warm. I take this over minus 30 degrees any day. Yeah, until next time, bye.